This one is for this weekend's UFC main event between Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett. It should be an interesting one, this. Quick tail of the tape, let's start there. So 23-5 for Calvin Kattar, 17-2 for Josh Emmett. Height and reach are on Calvin Kattar's side, so, you know, a decent height advantage as well as a couple of inches in reach. They're both listed as orthodox fighters. Josh Emmett is quite comfortable switching stance. He's very good at switching stances to pull people and draw people, switching and stepping through stances to land power punches. He's very good at that as well. Very mobile on his feet, very explosive. Calvin Kattar, on the other hand, although he is quite traditional in the way that he approaches things with his boxing skills, what we saw particularly in the Giga Chikadze fight is that he was switching his stance to mirror Chikadze, to be able to keep pressuring him and keep that open side attack from his power kick closed. Every time Giga Chikadze switched his stance, Kattar would do the same thing, so that rear body kick wasn't available for him. Really nice work, but also showed us that ability of Calvin Kattar to be able to switch and move and change his stances. Strikes landed per minute, of course, is going to be higher for Calvin Kattar. Striking accuracy is much of a muchness, 3%. Striking defense, of course, has been he's taken a bit of a hit on these stats, Calvin Kattar, because of Max Holloway. It's also worth noting that his last 3 fights were all 5-rounders, and the last time Josh Emmett fought over 5 rounds was back in 2014. I'm not saying that Josh Emmett's not supremely conditioned, because he is, but something else that's evident about Josh Emmett's career and the struggles that he's had is that he is very susceptible to injuries. He does carry a lot of injuries. He's very explosive and very powerful, and, you know, you watch some of the workouts that he's doing, and first of all you go, this guy's an animal, and second of all you go, I can see why he gets injured, because he gives everything into it. The problem with that is that these things start to show over a 25-minute fight, especially if Calvin Kattar's, you know, he's working low kicks, he's hitting with elbows, he's keeping a fast pace, so then, you know, Josh Emmett's forced to work explosively at a pace that's maybe a little bit too much for him, and then those weak links in the chain start to break, the old injuries, you know, the pulled muscles, the tears, all those kind of things. They're the things that Josh Emmett is going to be feeling as this fight goes on. I'm not saying he's not going to be able to work hard over 25 minutes, but the injuries that he's carrying, the injuries that he's had throughout his career, they might be evident as this fight goes on. 6 knockouts out of 17 wins for Josh Emmett. 11 knockouts out of 23 wins for Calvin Kattar. You know, 9 decisions on Emmett's side, 10 decisions on Calvin Kattar's side. The other thing that stands out to me as well is Kattar's never been stopped. He's never been, I mean, he was very, very close against Max Holloway, as we all know. He's never been stopped. He's been subbed once. Emmett has never been subbed, but he has been stopped once. I mean, you can remember the Jeremy Stevens fight where he got dropped and elbowed into the canvas on that one. The fact that Calvin Kattar uses a lot of elbows in his game, and the fact that we've seen that development, especially in his more recent fights where he's stepping on and smashing with elbows, that is a primary game plan if I'm Calvin Kattar coming into this one. Because if I'm going against someone that's powerful, I can meet them with hard forearms and elbows and start to open them up. And because Emmett does cover distance very quickly, it might be easier for Calvin Kattar just to cover with sharp elbows than try and get out the way or try and slip and roll. So that is a decision based on whether Calvin Kattar feels safe, he wants to stay in the pocket, or whether he wants to use his boxing defense to get out of those equations. But the fact that Josh Emmett covers distance very quickly, I'd be trying to move him onto one of those elbows and meet that force that he's bringing to me. A really good main event. The co-main event is the one for me, and make sure you check that War Room out as well. But I'm looking forward to this one. It should be an absolute banger. All right, catch you next time.